It's something that really bothers me that's on my heart that I see a lot going on, and I think we are a lot better in society than the way we have become. I think that we should treat our women better. And I think if they want to do jobs that men do, I think they should be allowed to do it without any bullying or any slander or harassment for doing so. We live in a time where we promote equalness in rights and equalness in women doing things that they do that men want to do, but yet a lot of times we see the opposite that happens with women. They get underpaid. A lot of times they get paid probably like 40% less than what men get paid. And not only that, for the same exact type of job that a man does. And they also get teased or scrutinized or harassed for doing a job like being a fireman, like that recent story we saw where a woman, a real pretty woman, because she is pretty, and she had a nice future. She was young and she was working here in Virginia. And they said some of the firemen on her squad or other people were harassing her and putting her down and bullying her on social media and off. And, it just really makes my heart boil as a preacher to hear that in the time that we live in, that people can be so cruel and yet so calloused and so mean. But yet we go to church and we call ourselves Christians. But then we're so out to slam a woman down because she wants to do something that a man does. And there's nothing wrong with a woman doing something what a man does if that's what she wants to do. I think Martin Luther King said it best, that I have a dream that all people would come together, and that not just Black Lives Matter, but I think he was speaking to all races too, not just his own kind, but all lives matter. And if a woman wants to do something, I think he was touching on that too. It's just, it's more than just race. Allow a woman to do the things that she wants to do. We're supposed to be a better society, and we're supposed to be better than what we are today because of what we know. And we should allow women to be able to express themselves in a way where they can do jobs like a man does, if they're able and capable of doing it, and not give them a hard time about it for doing so. Because women in a lot of cases can do better than men can do on certain things, even though men do it. And it's true, there's studies that show that. But yeah, men are leaders, but women can also be managers too. And they can be executives and they can be CEOs too. There's nothing wrong about that. That's their dream. Let them do it. Having women, on our team and a meaning, and they are a blessing to have around because their ideas are different. The way they see things are totally different. It's like when I hear a lady tells me something, I appreciate it because I don't think it the same way they do. But that's why God made them different. Because they see things differently than we do. But that's the difference is good. Because that adds more ideas to the conversation and discussion. And it makes us realize things that we didn't look at, that women see a lot of times that we men don't always see. Because our brains are wired differently, not because we're dumber or, no, that's not the case. I mean, a lot of times when love's around, we do a lot of dumb and goofy things, but women do too. And I'll tell you, you look on Instagram, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of goofiness stuff that women do and girls do on it, and also boys and guys do on Instagram too. So there's all kinds of things that people do that are silly and goofy, but we all have a goofy and silly side. So I wouldn't say that men are more goofier than women, because I think it's half and half from all the things I've seen on the internet today and how people have always been. There's a goofy side to everybody. And to say that one is more goofier than the other is just picking. Because we're all just as goofy and all do some silly stuff. But we need to do that stuff because that's sort of how the way we release stress or pressures that we deal with week to week, day to day in our lives, going to school or out in the real world, on a job, or even in your local community and where you live. And when you're dealing with people in general, sometimes being goofy is all right, whether you're a woman or a man. It's okay to be silly, because you got to let that stuff go, and that's the best way to do it, is through humor, silliness. There's nothing wrong with that. But when somebody criticizes somebody because they want to be a fireman, or they want to be a paramedic, or be a doctor, or a lawyer, or a policewoman, or a soldier, a woman soldier, I think that's just cruel and it's wrong. I think we need to re-examine ourselves and re-examine our lives and re-examine our morals and re-examine, what it means to be human and to have compassion for our women. Because yes, they do a lot of things, but they are a little weaker than us. But not weaker because they can't do the jobs, because most of the jobs they can do, sometimes even better than we can do it. I'm saying that because I'm a man, because they really can. Some things they can. But there's some things we do that they can't do. Because there are differences in woman and man, but most things women can do just like we do, just as good. So we need to recognize that. And we need to pay them good. Because they got families too. They have dreams. Just like us men, we have dreams. See, naturally, the way God made us to be wired is to be leaders for the home and also be, leaders in the workplace. But the way we live now, women can also be leaders too in the workplace. And sometimes they can also take over and be leaders in the home, even if a man is there. But there are men that are not present at home because whatever reason they left. So women have to take over that role sometimes, that surrogate role, to raise children. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because they have to do it. There's nobody there doing it because the father left, or died, or whatever happened there. So a woman has to take over and do both roles sometimes. And that does happen. But there's nothing wrong with it, especially when you have children and they need to be raised the right way, And but anyway, think about these things, because women are uniquely and wonderfully made. And God made them that way. I tell you what, us men would be really in trouble without them. And when you really love them, you need to tell them that. Say, I love you very much. I want to be with you. I want to spend my life with you. I want to have a family with you one day. And I appreciate everything you do. And it's not about me getting in your pants, but I want the whole package. I want your dimples. I want your smile. I want your eyes. I want your giggles. I want your walk. I want your pretty feet. I love your laughter. I love your voice. And you add beauty and glory and joy to my life. And that's what you tell the woman you love. Because you make life worth living. And I want you one day to be my wife. And you know who you are. And I'm not kidding. When I told you I loved you, I truly mean it. And I'm not playing. So you know who you are out there. But that's what you need to tell your lady. Tell her that. Not every day, but let her know at least once a week. Let her know you care. But don't stop caring. Don't stop loving. And do things for the parents. Help the parents. Help them with things. That's another way you show you love her. Or love that person. And really do and say what you're going to do. You respect what the parents say. That's another way I show you love that person. You see? Because that's what, in the end, will bring you together. If you're in that relationship, in that dynamic. Because when you really love somebody, true love, you have to wait. It's better that way. But it's also special. It's also a great blessing. It's like when you're talking to your lady, tell her when everybody's down and everybody's picking on you and teasing you, you tell her she can come to you and talk to you, and you're always in her corner. And really be there for her when she's up and when she's down. Because she's going to need you. Because she loves you. It's like you're going to need her. Because she loves you. When you're up and down. Tell her you're the joy of my life and the light of my soul. And you're the one that God brought to me because you're special more than any other lady out there. And tell her, if you really mean this, that you're the only lady I want. There's no other lady out there but only you. And really mean it. You really love her. Tell your wife that. Tell your girlfriend that. Tell the woman who you want to spend the rest of your life with that. That way she knows. And she knows never not to leave you no matter what, because she knows what you're saying is true, and she'll remember what she said to you. Think about that, because that's what love really is. And if you really want it, that's how you get it. That's what true love looks like, folks. And you got to wait for it. I mean, most things in life, even if it ain't love, even if it's a good paying job, you got to wait for it. You might have to work at a lot of so-called kind of pay jobs till you get that good dream job. But, all those jobs shaped you and molded you into what you are today. So when you get that dream job that pays real good, has good benefits, you're ready and more prepared for it than you ever were because of these other jobs that brought you to that better place. See, that's why we go through a lot of these things in life. They're called, roads of opportunity. The Bible, kind of presents it that way. So sometimes we take things small and insignificant at first, but then we get that dream job, and that's where we're doing real well. But see, we never forget where we came from. Because see, when you forget where you came from, then that's when you lose it. So don't ever forget where you came from, because you always start small before you get big. It's like a grass, pretty grass out there always starts in a seed. Well, it's the same way with you. You have to crawl before you walk. Well, that's how it is in a career or a job. Career opportunity. You have jobs before you have careers. And that's how it is. All right? So tell your lady friend or your wife that, or your future wife that. You love her. You want to have children with her. You care for her. And you love her for everything. You don't just want to get into her panties. You want everything. You want her all the way down from her head to her toe. You're always in her corner. You're not going after her in a sexual or deviant way. You really, truly love her. And tell her, I know a lot of things are attacking the family. A lot of people always take it to there. But really, when you truly love something, not something, but when you really, truly love someone, that's what I meant to say, you love the whole package. You're there for them for the long haul. You're there because you care. And you're there because you really mean what you say, and you do what you say, and you do it. You help their family. You look out for them. You help the parents of that family. And that's how you show that love too. And you do what the parents expect. And that's how you show that love. Because that's what true love looks like. And you don't forget what you said. And you don't forget what you did. And that's how you hold on to it no matter what. Because if that's what you want, and you give it all to God, that's what will truly happen in your relationship. Because that's really how it happens. Because love really is instituted by God. And then if you're not married, you don't believe in God, if you're not married, and you don't believe that, then there's something wrong with you. Because love and marriage comes from God. That's why I say we need to be more loving to each other. We need to let our women that are among us who we love and care about the most know this. Show it on a daily basis. Don't always say it, but through the actions that you do, and by what you do to take time for her, that really is what really shows that. And don't forget it, because you really love her. That's what you're supposed to do, men. Give her a card. Tell her something. Maybe get on YouTube and tell her some things. Share a message out there. Tell her what you feel. Really mean it. And, really be serious. Really be faithful. She's the only one you want. You show it. And you women out there who are in love with guys, you show it. And you be true, and you be faithful, and do the same thing, and show your love towards that guy or person you love, care about, by doing these things. Send a note out there. Send a message out there. You know, maybe find a way to go see that person. You know, maybe, talk to your parents and maybe they can take you over there. If it's that kind of situation. But find a way to see that person. But do it, the right way. And talk about it with your parents. Don't sneak over there. Because if, you don't want to have trust issues. Because that will definitely take your trust away. And you don't want to violate that trust. Especially if you have parents that are a little overprotective. And are a little strict. And always may have issues with trust. You may want to talk to them about that stuff. I wouldn't try to run away or sneak away, because if they found out you did that, they would never trust you again for a while. And you think they're bad right now? They'll be a whole lot worse once you have done that. So always talk to them. Maybe they can bring you over to see that person, so you all can talk. They can be there to supervise, but at least you'll be able to talk and see each other and hang out. Or maybe they'll allow that person to come over to your house, and y'all can hang out. But that all takes time. But anyway, that's just some ideas. If you're in a situation like that, that's how you want to do it the proper way. This is Michael DeSilva, preacher from New Hunter Church of Christ. I love you all. I miss you, Shields, very much. And I know one day we'll be back together, and it will be in this lifetime. So just hang in there. Keep smiling and be strong. Keep holding on. I love you. Uncle Michael. See you later. Bye for now. Take care. Shalom.